Well, for more, let's cross to London and speak to our correspondent, Bénédicte Paviot. Hello to you, Bénédicte. When you're looking at this announcement from Keir Starmer and Labour, what do you make of it? Why this? Why now?
Why this? Why now? Well, it's not a surprise because illegal migration has been at the top of all the polls that are done for the last few years, along with the cost of living. And sometimes, actually, the two are somewhat linked. So the fact that thousands and thousands of illegal migrants are coming across on small boats, risking their lives. It's an incredibly busy shipping channel to come from the northern shores of France to the United Kingdom, entering here, where do you put them? The cost to the British taxpayer. Some people, even in the one in, one out system, clearly are between France and the UK managing to come back, then they're immediately sent back. But clearly what is being announced by the lady we've just seen on screen there, who is Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, as we call them in the United Kingdom, Interior Minister, if you will, is nothing less than the biggest shakeup of the UK's asylum policy since the Second World War. Clearly, illegal migration is something that previous governments, conservative governments, have had huge problems with. They had a scheme, you'll remember, some of our viewers will remember, to send illegal migrants to Rwanda. A handful were sent back voluntarily. That simply didn't get off the ground. But what is being announced and will be formally announced tomorrow in Parliament by Shabana Mahmood, today she's been doing the round of TV studios, is absolutely very much more radical, particularly coming from a Labour government. Now, we heard in the package we just broadcast there that this is an attempt to win back voters from the UK Reform Party led by Nigel Farage. The party that is leading in the polls, although it has to be underlined, it just has currently five MPs in the House of Commons. But it is leading the polls, and Labour is trailing massively in the polls. But what it could do by winning some voters on the right is lose some voters on the left that would go to the Liberal Democrats, for example, or to the Greens. So this is far from, a done deal and shoring up, certainly a better performance in the polls by Keir Starmer and his government. And we will wait to see the further detail that will be given in the House of Commons tomorrow by Shabana Mahmood. But clearly, this is meant to show that the UK is getting much, much tougher. I would just point out that unlike France, in the United Kingdom, you do not have to have a form of ID on you at all times. And that is one of the ways I very much think that people are able to melt into the black economy. And that is something that this government is also trying to look at.
And all this also, as rumors are swirling about a plot within Labour to possibly oust Keir Starmer.
Yes, it seems incredible. Only in July 2024, the Labour Party had a very comfortable win. And it is extraordinary that just 18 months later, there should be any talk. But there has already been talk. There was back in September talk of a plot against Keir Starmer because of the bad poll ratings and trying to oust him. Then that died down. The lady with the green shirt next to him is what is called here the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Minister of Finances. And she is going to be presenting at a very late date, very unusual, on Wednesday, the 26th of November, the budget. The speculation that has been going on and the effect that is having on financial markets has been huge, about a rise in taxes and breaking manifesto pledges, etc. So what we've had is briefings during the week about a plot with names even being given of certain ministers, such as the Health Minister, Wes Streeting, and others, Shabana Mahmood, for example, the Minister of the Interior, who have denied any of this, call it tittle-tattle, and saying this is just a Westminster bubble sort of rumour thing. But it is clear that certain briefings were given by the entourage of Keir Starmer, certain briefings to British political journalists, and that has upped really the speculation here that there could be an attempt after the budget, depending on how, so after the 26th of November, depending on how the financial markets react and others, or at the latest in the spring when there are elections. So this is really, we're told there's a bunker mentality even in 10 Downing Street. And now it seems that 10 Downing Street regrets having briefed certain British political journalists that they do have a bunker mentality and are worried, and that any challenge would be fought by Keir Starmer. So extraordinary, really, political internal events to Downing Street and to the UK when it clearly faces a budget with great uncertainty after the 26th of November, and how financial markets and others will react to that. So a lot of speculation that Downing Street is keen to try and stop.
All right, Bénédicte, thank you so much. Bénédicte Paviot reporting from London.